Do you desire to start drawing, but with so much information on the internet and opinions, it just feels impossible to know where to begin? Well, I spent almost an entire year drawing with consistency, improving in my skills, and I'd like to share with you the best way to get started, remain consistent without ever getting stuck. So, let's get into it. To give you some backstory, I used to draw in my childhood, but I left my hobby um, for a lot of years because I fell into what I call the passion trap. And the passion trap is when you are dependent on your feelings or motivation in order to draw, which will leave you drawing way less in the long run than you'll ever desire to. And something that I want to make clear to you as we get started on this is, in as much as you love to do something, there's always a level of commitment that's required in order to do it. So depending on feelings alone is not going to get you the desire that you want. Actually, it's usually that our love for something is what drives us to keep on going. And so in my case, I had to figure out my why, which is what I recommend you do. Why is it that you love to draw? As for me, I want to honor God with the gifts that He's given me. And I've always felt an inclination to express myself artistically, whether that's in music or drawing. And I've always liked creative things like games and movies, animation as well. Just even seeing the creative process has always fascinated me. But your why doesn't have to be the same as mine. You just need to figure it out. Like, what is it that pulls you back to the page to draw? And as you're getting started, what is it that's pulling you in and calling you to want to actually take this next step of from being someone who would see from the sidelines to being somebody that is actually participating and contributing to this vast art world that we have? So the sooner you figure out your why, the better, and hold on to it, because you're going to need it for the days when doubt and lies begin to creep into your head. My why has been my anchor on the days that I have woken up and not felt like drawing at all. Your why is going to do the same for you. And that's how important it is. And now that we've got the motive out of the way, the next thing that you need are the tools. All you need is a graphite pencil, paper, or a sketchbook that you can easily carry around, an eraser, and a sharpener, right? A sharpener pencil, and that's pretty much it. Even if you're someone who wants to learn to draw digitally, there's no harm in getting what's easier for you, especially if you don't even have the tools to draw digitally. So rather than make it even harder for you to take the step, make it as easy as possible by finding the nearest bookstore where you can find paper, a pencil, eraser, and a sharpener. That's all the tools that you need to get started. And the beautiful thing is, even if you desire to draw digitally, the skills are transferable. So it may take a bit of time adjusting, but in no time you'll be drawing as if you were on paper. And the same thing applies for the type of paper you use, the type of pencil you use, the type of eraser you use, and sharpener you use. Skills are transferable. The most important thing you need to do is get started and find the simplest way to do it. The next thing you need is a guide. Now, I would recommend you get a beginner's course online. What I love about online courses is the ability to work at your own pace. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you could go back to an earlier class or stay on the same class and rewind as many times as you need to understand the concepts with no judgment or condemnation or criticism, in the comfort of your own space or environment where you usually draw. Different to live classes where if you missed what the instructor shared, you've missed it, and most likely isn't gonna repeat it in the next class, or you'd have to wait for the next class to hear what he said. But here you can literally, as many times as you need to, go back to that thing that you missed out, practice as much as you need to, and do it as much as you desire. I recommend the Drawing Basics course by Stan Prokopenko on Proko.com. He's a very talented artist and art instructor. The amazing thing is, as of this recording, there are more classes that's being added to it at no additional cost. And so you're getting a lot more out of what you paid for. It's really good value for your money. Like, there's a lot that you can dig into that's well-founded, well-taught, well-explained, that's gonna help you really get good fast. But if you find that a bit pricey for you, there's also a playlist on YouTube for beginners by Markowski Art, and I use that personally to get back on my feet. And so once you're done with this beginner's course, then whichever you choose, then you'll know where to go from there. So that might be a career if you're pursuing a career, or if it's just as a hobbyist, something that you'd like to specialize in. I, for example, from the beginner's course, have gone into figure drawing, and I like figure drawing. I like the human anatomy. My desire with this in the long term is to create graphic novels or even comic books. And yes, they are not the same. I used to think they were, but actually they're not. Either way, after this beginner's course, you'll know where you want to go and you'll focus on that. Hey, before we continue the video, I'd like to ask, are you an artist that's struggling to see improvement in your drawings? Or maybe afraid to get started because you feel like you're not talented enough? Or you used to draw a while back and are just struggling to get back into it? If that sounds like you, then I'd like to invite you to the Artwork Activation Challenge. It is a 3-day event where we go over the many mistakes that artists make and how to avoid those traps. And by the end of this challenge, you'll be left with the mindset shift you need to see and draw like the masters do. You'll be given the framework that's going to change the trajectory of your art journey on your personal road to mastery. There are a limited number of seats, so if you know you are tired of being stuck where you are and would love to see your next level as an artist, then join the waiting list. The link is in the description. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, let's get back into it. However, in as much as you may know where you're going, it's not good for man to be alone. And so the next thing you need to find after you find your course is a community. Find some like-minded artists that are gonna keep you held accountable to your why and bring out the best in you as the artist that you're going to become, or rather the artist that you are, that you're just discovering along the way. And people who are going to give you the feedback that you need in order to get better. If you can't find anyone in your proximity or in your vicinity, then you can always look online, like Discord servers, Facebook groups, or Reddit forums. Proko.com also has an active community tab where you can get assistance and hopefully make some new friends. And so we've gone into the motive, the tools, the guide, the community. The last thing that you need is to find a master. And just look for one person that you are going to learn from. Someone who you desire to draw like, someone when you look at their drawings, they just inspire you to make your own. And I will always speak against wanting to draw from so many sources at the same time. Reason is, these are different people, and this is something you have to remember. With different perspectives, different styles, techniques, that may all be saying the same thing fundamentally, or drawing from the same fundamental principles, but they're doing it in very different ways. And so if you're just getting started, that's going to leave you more confused than clear on what you're doing. So it's always best to follow one master. I am following Patrick Jones. He's an amazing illustrator and very passionate about what he does. In fact, his passion for drawing is so contagious that it's made me enjoy drawing more. That's not to mention the fact that he teaches really well. And I haven't had this much fun drawing in a very long time. It's almost like I'm a kid again, just drawing whatever on the page. But the difference is I'm also getting better at the same time. It's the best of both worlds as an artist. And so whoever you're going to follow, make sure that they can teach you well and make sure that they can draw well in the style or in the way that you would desire to emulate. And from there, you're going to start to discover your own artistic style. But you have to learn from someone else's first. So follow one master. If you put these into practice, you'll not only have a rock solid start, but a stress-free journey on your path to mastery. Everyone that you admire started at the beginning, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to become. Until then, and always, take care.